co-op, I haven't played co-op yet. I know that you can play with the 4 people. I'm not a big co-op person, especially when it comes to games where you depend on the other person right next to you to complete the mission and to, win the game. Like, I can play Call of Duty Team Deathmatch and, pretty much essentially just shooting the enemy and winning or losing just in general. But when you play a co-op game, you kind of are dependent on the people. And if you have, I kind of like to play player games, especially when it comes to zombie games. I was never a big Left 4 Dead fan, but it's a presentable game. It's a fun game, especially. It's rewarding even in single player mode. However, it's not as much of a survival game as it says it is. And here comes another issue. I hate to pull this out, but another issue is it kind of features a BioShock type situation where if you die in the game, you pretty much get reincarnated at some other area in the game, in the location in general. And let's say you hit this guy and he's about to die at the before you get killed. He'll still have that low health percentage. So while you beat the shit out of the guy, you're expecting that since you died, you'd be coming back and that he'd have like full health, and none of the zombies that you killed in that process would still be there. But those zombies are dead, and it kind of makes you wonder. This is supposed to be a survival game, and it kind of just reincarnates you and just puts you back into where you're already headed. So it kind of makes the process of dying not as powerful as maybe in like Dead Rising and Resident Evil, because you'd have to start back from wherever you saved or something like that, and you could lose valuable time in that. While that's for people that like continuing the story as fast as possible, it doesn't set up as much of a challenge as those other games. Overall, the challenge factor can be difficult at times, but eventually you'll always prevail. Thus, it's a great game for people starting first-person shooters, let alone melee games, and interested in the zombie genre. But other than that, for people that are looking for a really hard experience, like playing maybe, a Call of Duty and you die at a really shitty area in a checkpoint, but for some reason you continue and you eventually prevail out of it, even though it might be frustrating. It's not as rewarding, and ultimately the ending is not as great of an experience as you would hope. With that being said, the game is a great game, don't get me wrong. I keep saying this and I keep on pulling out other bad things about the game, but it is a good, fun experience, especially if you want to go mindlessly kill things. However, I do hope that you probably play your iPod in the process, because the music is depressing, and whatever music there is. I'd rather, maybe listen to some mindless, cheap 80s soundtrack, heavy metal riffs and shit, as opposed to listening to this, desolate piano playing in the distance, and it makes it sound scary and sad and all these things, but the game really isn't that. It is kind of in this weird, awkward phase where you want to feel bad for it, or you want to feel scared, but you can't. It's because it cannot be that. Because even though it aims to be that, the fucking title is called Dead Island. From that, you should already know that it's not really as, it's supposed to be tongue-in-cheek, and I feel like the developers really missed out from that idea and that concept, and they should have really stuck with something like that, especially for something that had as much vivid promotional things. Like, I remember first time I heard about this, people were already talking about a movie, and there wasn't even the game that came out yet. So it's like the hype just really wasn't worth it. And while I do give kudos to the environment overall and the atmosphere, and in most cases, especially when it comes to the paradise and stuff like that, it's nothing really new. But if you like zombies and you like killing things, and you like killing things with a shovel, you should really look into it. It's probably a good buy for you, but if you're not really into that, I wouldn't suggest it. So overall, I'm going to give this game a 7 out of 10. On an additional note, the outlandish amount of energy drinks in the game is just really ridiculous, and that's how you gain health back, which is really strange. And I mean, this is more of a personal thing. I hate the taste of energy drinks like Red Bull. It just tastes like piss unless they're shot with Jägermeister. That's about it. I could not imagine surviving on candy bars and Red Bull on a tropical island where it's like 90 degrees out. You're gonna sit there and drink Red Bull to gain back energy? Come on, at least let me drink the water. You can't even drink water on this game. You can drink booze, you can drink energy drinks, but you can't drink water. What the fuck? Alright, I'm out.